Hey guys, it has been a hot minute. I don't even remember the last time I did a video. And I apologize because, you guys are great. Um, what you're going to notice is I have put on about 8 pounds. And it's all right here. See that? Does that bring me joy? Actually, yes. Yes, it does. It's only 8 pounds. Fat's like very lightweight compared to its size, so that just means a lot of calories that I have to burn off. But why did I put on 8 pounds, you ask? And I'm going to tell you. Also, comment down below if you can tell the difference in me. So, sorry, a lot of caffeine, and I'm in a good mood. And I've been in a good mood for a while, but I'm making so many friends here. I was going to start with, but I'm going to get to it. I'm making so many friends here. I have 4 different friend groups at the moment. Distinct different friend groups. Which, if you remember what life was like back in Columbus, Indiana, I had 0. I'd have to go to Indy, or I'd have to go to Louisville. The one gay guy that I worked, well, there was 2. There was more than 2, but there was 2 gay guys that I worked with at work. One of them was cool, but he had a boyfriend and they did things on their own. And the other one was a social recluse. Here, though, I have like 4 different groups. And there's my original group, which is, of course, Jeremy, Austin, and Ryan. I love these guys. These are my main group. I have the group that includes one of my former coworkers, because I quit my fucking job. One of my former coworkers, his boyfriend, and this other couple that live near me, and they're really cool. And I often have to like get the one guy out of that group to shake my hand because he just kind of ignores me, and I'm not sure why. It's all good. There's another group, which is my friend Paul, his boyfriend. I think it's Jason. Them and their friends, they're really cool. And Jason is friends with some other people who, much like me, you belong to different groups. There's this hot guy that he's friends with that I really like, but not gonna happen. It's all good, and trust me, it's all good. Then there is a guy that I know from Instagram and Facebook I walked up to him last night, reached my hand out and said, "Hi, I'm AJ," and he goes, "I know who you are." I said, "Well, it's nice to meet you live and, where we're talking." And he just starts, and he turned like red and got really like bashful and then started talking really rapidly. And I just sat there like, this is really cute. He's actually nervous with me. You shouldn't be nervous with me. There's no reason to. So I got all these like groups mingling around. Plus I have Brian, and that's Jason. That just moved here from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I actually put together their couch. They said we're going to be in town at noon. I showed up at 12:15. I put together their couch. I was going to help them move stuff, but they were both having like a little bit of a meltdown because moving into an apartment you've never seen and then realizing the reality of it is kind of not what you were expecting is a lot to process, especially when you leave one state to go to another and then walk in and go, I signed up for this shit? I understand completely. So as they were like freaking out, I said, what can I do for you? And they were kind of quiet. And I said, let's go get they had half the couch up. I said, let's go get the other half. By the way, it was like you have to assemble it yourself one. Brought it upstairs, cut it open, read the instructions, said, oh my fucking God, these people don't know how to do this. They don't. And then I sat there and I put together their couch. And when I was done, because I had Jason help me a little bit. When I was done, we set it aside. I said, where do you want it? They said, well, we'll move stuff around. And I said, it's kind of nice to put your couch where you want it, so you at least can say, that's right. And they said, we don't know yet. And I said, that's fine. I just wanted to, like, help. And so they're calling it the AJ couch, by the way. I try. It was a little bit of a chore to get together, in that it wasn't instinctual as to how to do it. So engineering 055, 055, not 100. What else? So I've got these friends. I have a guy that lives in Texas that's interested in me. We've been talking for 3 weeks now. He's really cute. Oh my God, is he really cute? He's going to be moving here in a year. And he's very affectionate. He's an INFJ too, so that's good for me. We click, like we understand each other. And I'm sitting here like, that's a year. Now I've been single for 3, and I have this guy that's like kind of love bombing me, to be quite honest. But it just doesn't feel bad. It feels good. And it's been 3 weeks, and 3 weeks is longer than most other guys have lasted, so I'm just gonna like coast. That's not to say that this is exclusive. I haven't decided that yet. I haven't decided how I want to approach that yet. Exclusivity is a thing where it's a contract between 2 people. It is not just like, hey, we're boyfriends, therefore you can't do anything. It's like, no, that's not how this works. There are rules to everything. So I've got this guy going on. Oh my God, so I was at the bar last night. Okay, so we have 2 bars in town. Crossings, which is where you go first. It's like the Cheers bar. If you remember the show Cheers. Everybody, you go in there, and first off, the bartenders all know who I am. The bartenders all know what my drink is. Anywhere I go, by the way, this is a true statement. And it's not that I drink a lot, it's just that I'm kind of memorable, apparently, right? So I went to Crossings, and I met one of my, I'm not using the word follower because that feels like I'm saying I'm important, and they're not. Followers, I'm not a leader. I am a leader, but I'm not the leader of these people. They follow my storyline. So I like to call them my either Twitter or Instagram family. They could be my Facebook family too. So in this case, this is one of my Instagram and Facebook family. And his name's Lee. And I walked up, I saw him across the bar, and I went, and he waves back. And I get my drink, and I walk over, and I believe, my memory is like, there's so much going on. I think I hugged him. I shook his hand. And I'm like, it's great to meet you live in person. And he just laughed at me because, I'm kind of goofy. I give off like this extreme amount of energy. And it makes people smile. Like, this guy's really animated to meet me. So we talked for a hot minute, and then he went to his friends because I was holding him up. And I went and sat, and I played online, going through my Instagram and looking at stuff on Twitter, and just waiting for people to show up. And it got to be like 10, almost 10, and I'm sitting there like, there's people here, but I don't know anybody. Oh no, I knew a couple people. But it was like, I didn't have any of my 4 groups of people. So I'm like, okay, let's just go down to Bar Complex, which is like 2 blocks away, real easy. And last night was warm, today is cold. So it was like in the upper 50s. And by the way, I was dressed in one of these shirts, jeans, and my hiking boots. And I looked really butch. It was awesome. Walk down to Bar Complex, walk in, and there wasn't a lot going on. But so I went and sat down and waited for the drag shows to start, because they usually start at 10:30, and went upstairs and talked to my friend Austin, who's the bartender up there. So if you're ever in town, go to Bar Complex, go upstairs, ask for Austin. He's this cute little kid, and he's not a little kid, he's in his 20s, but he's a nice guy. I got to meet one of the performers. He's a male artist that basically is like a go-go boy. That's what he is exactly. Named Shiloh. And I walked up and I'm like, hey, Shiloh. He turns around and goes, oh, AJ! And gives me this big hug, and I'm like, I don't know what to make of this. Because I'm always commenting on his stuff on Facebook. So he's one of my Facebook family. And we just started talking, and it was like, online relationships are so cool because it's like, you followed each other just enough that you can like start somewhere in a conversation that's not like, hey, my name is, and you just can go. It's creepy / amazing. So talk to Shiloh, cute kid. Oh my God. Yeah, he's an amazing guy, smart as a tack, just a good person. Then I saw this guy that I had seen at crossings a number of times, and he always gives me these looks. And I've come to find out he is a Facebook and Instagram family member. And people watch my stuff, and I don't know why. But he got this look on his face when I saw him at the bar, like, oh my God, I know you. You're kind of famous. And I'm like, I'm not famous. Lexington famous, yes, but not out in the world famous. So I see him, and I walk up, and I'm like, hey, I'm AJ. And he got this look like, hi. And then he started talking rapidly, and that was very cute. I think I've already discussed this. But it was just like really a nice guy, and it really made me happy that, you know, I got this reaction out of him. So I go sit down. This straight couple comes and asks if they could sit at my table. And I said, sure. And we start talking a little bit, and they're from North Carolina, and we're just talking away, and then the show starts, and I'm like, prior to this, like just very much prior to this, I went upstairs to see Austin, right? I'm passing through, and there was this bear get-together that had happened, and was now, everybody's clearing out from it. And I go upstairs, and I'm passing this group of guys that are coming towards me, and I look over, and there's this blonde guy with these like piercing blue eyes, and I'm just like, wow. And he gave me the same look, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, how do I know him? I'm flipping through stuff, and I'm like, who knows? Who knows how I know him? Talk to Austin, go back downstairs. I go downstairs, I sit down, the straight couple comes up. So my story's already out of order. They're sitting there, and I'm on Grindr, right? Because why not? And I find this guy's messaged me. He says, hi. And I'm like, I've been trying to talk to you for like a couple months now, because I'm that guy. And sure as shit, he's like, oh my God, you're really handsome. And I'm like, thank you. What do you want to do about that? He's like, well, I'm sitting out in my car in the parking lot. So I wind up going out in the parking lot and sitting there, we made out and talking with him. And he's a great guy. And we get to this point, and he's asking me questions. Sorry. Asking me questions, and I'm like, would you like to go out to dinner? And he looks at me like, what? Dinner? People go out for dinner? And I'm like, yes, people go out for dinner. And he goes, yeah. He says, I work here in Lexington, but I live out in past Winchester in Kentucky. And I'm like, okay, what time do you get out of work? And he goes, 4. I said, I could do 4. I could do dinner at 4. And he's like, really? Yeah. Good to know you. I think that'd be kind of cool. And he looked at me like, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Anyway, this is who I am now. I quit my job a week and a half ago because my boss was a control freak. And I have never been in a better mood in my entire fucking life. I don't know what this is. I don't know where this is coming from, if this is some kind of manic episode. Let's hope for a manic episode. No, there's so much weight off me right now, and I feel very good about my life. I just need to find a new job. I don't even have to find one that pays as much. I live very comfortably, and I'm really loving life here in Lexington, Kentucky. I love you guys. I love you, dude.